Look who it is. Tate wanted to say hi to everyone. He's not very spring-like in his tie. We'll get a spring-like tie, but anyway, he wanted to say hi to everyone. We are gonna talk all things Demi today, and I'm glad you're here. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Spieler. I know you all know me, but I just say this for people who are brand new here. I have been doing makeup professionally since the 90s. I landed in television and film and commercial in 2003. And when 2005 hit and everyone switched from film cameras to HD, it completely changed Hollywood. Lots of makeup artists were getting fired left and right because suddenly you could see every pore. You could see if foundation didn't match the rest of the body. You could see facial hair. It was horrible. So I had to learn how to make actors and actresses look good on high def. And then I had to learn how just to make them also look good in person. And high def, in the old days with film cameras, you could put on thick pancake makeup when you watch Gone with the Wind or Marilyn Monroe. They had thick Max Factor pancake makeup, lots of powder. It gave them that really beautiful, velvety, perfect texture, but high def shows makeup texture. So we actually had to do the opposite, which was to create a more skin-like look, but also give people coverage. It's exceedingly hard to do. And I feel like my industry really has come such a long way. And I'm just seeing more and more beautiful work with every year. I just cannot stand high def television. It's great for sports. It's great for nature. It's terrible for people. And it puts makeup artists in a really tough position because we can't wave a magic wand and take away your pores and your texture, right? So that's when I started thinking, well, what if we could just look really, really beautiful close up? How will that look on HD? And I started to come up with this kind of formula that if you look good in person close up, it's also going to look good on HD, and it does. It really does. I also created the Mature Makeup Masterclass. I saw a hole in mature education. I saw, more and more mature women jumping on social media all the time. And, TikTok really changed a lot of that, but I wasn't seeing mature techniques. And I think it's because a lot of mature women that hopped on social media were just mature women sharing their love of products, but they didn't know necessarily mature techniques, professional mature techniques. So I created the Mature Makeup Masterclass so that I could teach everyone mature techniques. And you can always go watch that intro video, okay? One more thing I want to add, because I think we're coming to the point where I'm going to have to start talking about this. I trademarked my name, Mature Makeup Masterclass. I have been a brand now for over 2 years. I trademarked my name, and I'm starting to see people use Mature Makeup Masterclass in social media and here on YouTube. And I have to reach out to them and let them know, I'm sorry I own that name. It might not seem fair, but the years that it took me in legal fees to obtain that trademark and prove that I've been a brand for 2 years, because at first the judge turned it down. He said it's too broad, it's too general. And my lawyer said, she's a brand, she's using it in everything. And so they said, give us 1 more year, and if anyone contests it, then you won't be granted the name. But if no one contests it, if you can't show that anyone out there is using it, if no one files for a trademark for that name, and you have shown 2 years of using that name in your branding, then we will grant you the trademark. And I was granted it finally. And there's a big YouTube creator here in the mature realm who just called one of her videos Mature Makeup Masterclass, and I've had to reach out to her and tell her I own that name, and she has to take down all of that verbiage. She has not gotten back to me. I'm sure she's just busy. I'm going to try to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I own it. And I also own it on TikTok. I own it everywhere. And it's what I literally called my masterclass. And I researched it a long time before I even chose that name, because I wanted to make sure it was something that hadn't been used before, and nobody was using Mature Makeup Masterclass. Lots of people were using Masterclass, but not Mature Makeup Masterclass. So the time and money that I have put into this and building my brand, it's completely unfair that someone would use my name, my brand name. And so I've had to approach someone on TikTok. She's a bridal makeup artist and she has a bigger following than I do on TikTok. And I had to tell her to rename all her videos, and she sells a master class. She's young herself, but she sells a master class to other bridal makeup artists on how to do Mothers of the Bride, which is great. Good for her. But you can't call it Mature Makeup Masterclass. I own that. It's my brand. So if you see anyone other than me using Mature Makeup Masterclass, would you please gently remind them that that's a trademark name, or would you screenshot it and just reach out to me? Probably Instagram DMs are the easiest way to do that, maybe even Facebook DMs, because I cannot tell you the time and money that I have put into this and carefully selected the name and built it over 2.5 years now. So we'll see what this YouTuber says, but I was not happy to see that. And it's funny because they think that it's something they created, even though I've been using it for over 2 years. And I think it's just because subconsciously they've maybe seen my name, or maybe, saw my TikTok, and that Mature Makeup Masterclass stuck because it says everything, right? It's for mature women, it's about makeup, and it's a masterclass, meaning it's not just a video, it's a masterclass on technique. Okay, I need tea. And thank you for being here. Okay, I know I've talked about this before, but for people who are new here, or for people who really love 3D, I wanted to talk about Demi as blushes, but also I'm gonna do some Demi on the eyes. I'm going to a Bible study tonight with women who are very, very natural, and so I don't like to wear a lot of makeup. And so we're gonna go real natural. But I wanna show you, because Demi, to me, is a much prettier blush than the 3D blush. And it does require a shape brush. It really does. So here's your shape brush, and the shape brush is a little bit more loosely packed. It's not so dense than something like this, which is very, very dense, or the bottom of the bronzer blush brush. It's very, very dense. You would not use a dense brush for Demi as blush. You would use something a little bit more feathery, okay? And that's the shape brush. So once you buy the shape brush, you'll never need to buy it again. Now, some people look at Demi and they think, oh my gosh, that is like a postage stamp. It is, you're right. But here's the 3D blush and here's the Demi. So it's maybe half of a 3D pan, but I've only had, in 2.5 years, I've only owned 2 R5s, and I used to use this every day. I don't use it as much anymore because I changed my coloring, but R5 is a universal color. It looks good on most people because it's the color you get when you kind of pinch your cheeks. Let's see, let's pinch me a little bit. I'm just kind of lightly pinching the surface to bring some some blood to the surface. Okay, see how there's a little bit of a light pink here and not here? That's your R5. It's so pretty. Now we also have VR5. So if you are someone that really likes a cooler pink, this pink you can tell has a little more blue, okay? So I'm gonna swatch it because I want you to see. Look how cute that looks. That's what women did through history. I mean, sometimes people would use it like a little bit of an earthy mineral or stain for their face, but lots of times women would just pinch their cheeks and have a beautiful flush. Okay, so here is R5. I'm gonna show you right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna fan it out because I want you to see how sheer you can make it, okay? So it's like, I just love it. R5 to me is like Barbie pink, but you can make it nice and sheer. See how sheer it can go, okay? Now we're gonna try VR5. That's the one that has more blue in it. This is really pretty on like maybe your more olive skin tones. But see how pigmented it is? The Demi is way more pigmented than the cheek and lip. Look at that. So pretty. And then we also have R05, and I did that in a video a few weeks ago, I guess. R05. It's a little bit more peachy, really pretty, but you can see the pigment. These stay on so well. Anytime I convert someone over to Demi, they come back and they're like, oh my gosh, my blush stays on all day long. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's amazing. I'm trying to do tea instead of Diet Dr. Pepper. Okay, now some women even like 05, or this is 07, this is 05. I'll show you 05 just so we can really see. It's more orangey. So I'll probably do that one maybe in the summer, closer to summer, and I'll show you how that looks. But I like this one better. And I really love this one, okay? And then do not sleep on R7. And I've done this in a video before. It's so pretty. So pretty. It looks like a sunburn. Looks like the prettiest little sunburn. And it makes a really pretty blush. I mean, lips. See? It's like a ruby. It's like a ruby red, or like, you know, Benefit skin tint. It's like that ruby color, but then it you know, gets soft and can look a little bit more pink. Okay, so this is more of a blue pink. This is more of like a really true flush pink, but that's really nice too, okay? So I wanted you to see all of those. I think that's it for blush. We also have the 07, but gosh, I think that's 05, that's R05, that's 05. 07's really gonna be super yellow or super orange. Let's see. Yeah. But if you wanted an orange look, it's great. So there you go. There's not a person on this planet that couldn't wear one of those. It just requires Demi, the shape brush, and I mean, you're gonna have it forever. You really are. It is the longest wearing. I'm gonna leave it all right there. Okay, so right now I have on just a little bit of Ulta Tinted Moisturizer. I didn't feel like wearing 3D today. I just have a little Ulta Tinted Moisturizer. It kind of evens me out, but you could still see some skin and some texture. And again, I just want to look really natural tonight for this Bible study. So I'm going to go in. And another thing I wanted to show you is I just did a video on TikTok and Instagram where I found this new little Ulta bullet, and it's an under eye brightener. And I wanted to show you how it looks with different Demi. Because people were asking, how is it different from Demi? Okay, I'll show you. So the Ulta one is right here. So see how it's more sheer? You can kind of see my skin through it. And it has a little bit of a pearly sheen. Whereas the Demi, this is OR1, R01, and this is, I think, 01, okay? So they're more opaque. So your Demi has more pigment. It has more color, okay? But I will show you on my eyes how it looks. I don't think the Ulta is gonna be enough color correction for under your eyes, but I really like it. But I want to mix it with Demi. If you want to see how it looks alone, you can just go over to my Instagram or my TikTok. But I want to show you how you can use a little bit of this over Demi and how pretty that can look. So I'm gonna go in with my all-time favorite The 03 is peach, so it's going to cancel out this darkness, but I am going to require a close-up mirror. A lot of you have asked about my mirror. This is Ilios. It's at Neiman Marcus, it's at Dillard's, and you can buy it online, Ilios. And this mirror is 10-time magnification. It does have a magnet in it, so you could put it up on something magnetic, but it's the one handheld I used every single day, and I think it's $16. I love it. You can also go to my link tree, or I can even put it in the video today. I can put the little, see, look at that. That's already canceling out some of that color. I can put the link for you in this video today. Okay? So there you go. See, you can still see some darkness here, and over here, we canceled it out with that 03. Now, if you're real dark under the eye, it's gonna require probably 07. And when you are my client, I've created a private Demi video just for my personal clients, and I'll send that to you because I do use 07 in it, and I show you how even I can wear 07, but 07 is what's going to cancel out the darkness. The 03 isn't going to cancel out the darkness. It's more for like my under eye, maybe a tiny bit deeper than me, but you can't be too dark under the eye for 03 to be effective, because it's just going to start looking ashy. So you need that 07 to cancel the darkness, okay? So there we have 03 just here and here, but I'm not going to put 03 all over here because I'm lighter, and it'll look peachy. So that's when we can go in with either 01, or that's when I like to go in with my NR1, which, you know, I call the magic color. So let's take a little bit of NR1, and I just lightly sweep it everywhere that I don't have the 03. And what it does is it just creates this beautiful sheen under the eye. Yeah, but then wait till you see this Ulta under eye brightener. And you don't have to buy the Ulta. I just bought it for my YouTube on Saturday, and I was like blown away by it. I could not believe it. Okay, so that is the NR1, and it kind of just smooths out lights and darks. I really love NR1. I think every woman can use NR1 if you are medium and lighter. If you get much deeper than medium, it might not work for you. If you are deeper in olive, you're gonna need maybe like an N1 or an NO, but you know, that's one of those things where you have to get a free color match for me to tell you if that's gonna work or not. Okay. I have this little pink spot here. I guess I could always put a little of the, shoot. Could try a little bit of this Y01. We just kind of put it in a couple places. Remember, we're just kind of pixelating. You have this little spot that nothing really wants to stick to. So this might not even stick. And also I'm going to put blush on. I'm going to put Demi blush. So that little spot's going to just reappear. So I don't even know why I'm doing it. Okay, and then you know I love NV+1. I love this in my lashes. And I kind of go where you would put pencil, but I also kind of try to fit it in between, like smudge it between all the lashes. But I love NV+1 because just about anyone can wear it, and it creates like a shadow without looking like eyeliner. And then you can take a little bit under the eye, and again, it creates like a shadow without you don't see lines. There's no harsh lines. It just looks like, it doesn't look like makeup. It's really cool. And according to many of you, it stays on really well. Now the Demi is super pigmented, and I know because it's wax based, a lot of people think, well, is that going to move all around? Is that going to stay on me? It just does. It just stays so well. Okay, and then I'll take whatever's left on the brush and I'll kind of go right there. All right, and then I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take this brush. Of course, I don't know what it is because they don't write. Maybe the smudge brush, I don't know. But I'm gonna take this little side and I'm gonna go in with some NR. Now this is NR1, the magic color, and this is just NR. You can see that color. It's kind of a warm brown. I'm just gonna give myself a little definition on the eye, but just a little bit, not a lot, because again, these women tonight do not wear makeup. So I like to kind of be a chameleon to who I'm hanging out with. I mean, sometimes it's fun to wear glitter and gems on my face, but not to a in-home Bible study. Okay, I'm gonna pause it here. Okay, I pause it every 20 minutes just to make it easier to upload it from my computer. Okay, if you have a hooded eye, you could put this on your whole eyelid, and then when you look forward, just kind of go above the lash line. For those of you that have a crease, you can put it in the crease, but then you're blending it slightly higher into the brow bone area. I like to go a little bit under the brows. See, we're just giving ourselves some nice dimension on the eyes, but it's so pretty because close up, it looks like skin. It doesn't look like there's a dry powder on your eyes. It just looks like it has that beautiful sheen, and that's why I love Demi, and I think it's so flattering on mature skin because it looks like skin. This side isn't as dark. Don't you hate that when one side doesn't match the other? Happens to me all the time, so if you get frustrated, just know it happens to me too. Okay? There you go. That's it. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of, I can even do a little bit on the nose. You can contour with NR. It looks dark, but it doesn't go on that dark. Look, let me show you. See, it's sheer. It's a brown that's sheer. It's a warm brown that's sheer. I love it. All the Demi are pretty sheer, but sometimes I like to contour. Sometimes it's a little lighter than Bella, and it's a little more sheer than Bella. Okay, I just want to keep this super simple today. Most of you already know how to put all your makeup on, and I have 2 years of content showing you, but okay. And then I am gonna go in now with this Ulta brightener. It's called Under Eye Brightener, and it comes in light to medium, which is this color, and it's real light. It's kind of like R01 and O1 had a baby. And then it also comes in medium to deep, which looks like O3. It is not that deep, but they're probably just doing 2 safe colors. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this because I don't want to apply it on the eye. That'll put on too much product. And remember, we already have some O3. So I'm just gonna kind of go on top of where I put the O 3. And it gives me even more sheen because it has a pearlescent in it. Again, I'm not telling you you need this, but if you feel like you wanted a little bit more of a pretty soft layer over Demi, it's worth trying. It's only $6 right now. It's only $6. This is normally $10. And right now until the 28th of March, Ulta brand is on sale, 40% off. So I got it for $6. And then again, I'm using like a little fluffy brush because you don't want to put it on under the eye like a lipstick because it's going to put too much on. Now I know what you're thinking. Is that all going to crease? I don't know. It didn't. It did not crease when I wore it 3 days in a row. It was kind of crazy. It did not crease. But I also use setting spray with it. I'm going to do a little bit on my brow bone just to give a real pretty like pearl to the brow bone. It's a very pretty color. So if you like R01 and you like O1, you might like this. Okay. I'm gonna go under. I should use color corrector under my nose, but I'm being super lazy. Okay. So we'll see how that looks. Okay. Now I'm going to put on the R5 because I haven't put R5 on in a really, really long time. It's been a really long time since I've used R5, okay? So I'm gonna take my shape brush and I just kind of swirl it in there and then watch. Where you would normally kind of flush, okay? That's gonna be bright at first. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. Because we're doing this, we're bringing some blood to the surface. So give it a minute to see what it's gonna look like. I always pretend like I have a little egg shape. So I go a little bit bigger here, and then as I get towards the eye, I go a little bit smaller. So think of almost like a little egg shape. Okay, we're gonna leave it just like that for a moment. Do I need a little pop of fun color on my eyelid? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I want, ooh, how about we let my earrings inspire? How about this fun little color right here? This is gonna be a shade of the month coming up. I don't know when, they don't tell us. Right now it's Dream, which is in my brow. Listen, this is a gorgeous crease color too, but I've done a whole video on this. This is Dream. This is our shade of the month for March. It is in my eyebrow. It is one of my favorite brow colors I've ever used, and it's a great crease color. But today I wanted to show you Demi. But I'm gonna put this fun little aqua on the center of my eyes for fun. And it'll get us used to the color. So when it does come out, you'll say, oh, I remember when Michelle wore that. Okay. And then we can always go back over the lash line with a little NV+1. Cute. You wouldn't even see it unless you got real close up. It's just like the prettiest little sparkle of aqua to match my earrings. Okay, so now that the pink has kind of settled down a little bit, I can just even take this little brush that I used under my eye with that under eye brightener and kind of blend out those edges. But when you get real close up to Demi, it just looks like skin. And you know, if you've worn Demi in comments, let everyone know how easy it is. And even though it's tiny, you're gonna have it forever. You really are gonna have it forever. Look at that. Okay, and let's see let me come right back with mascara on. All right, this is a great mascara. I've been wanting to try it for a while. I don't know if you've heard of Swede. Swede is a professional makeup artist out of Sweden who created a line of makeup, and they've sent me some things, and I just never have time to try. But look at that. Holy moly. I keep looking to see if it's a tubing mascara, but it doesn't say. It just says Cloud Mascara in black. I wish they made it in brown because that's so pretty. But again, just trying to throw on a simple lash. Just in case you're asking, that Ulta Beauty is maybe lightly starting to crease right here under the eye. So what I do, watch what I do. I just pat it back out with my finger. That's it. And now it looks good as new. But we're gonna lock it in a minute with a setting spray. Now, do you see how sweet that pink is, that R5? Everyone needs an R5. It is so, so, so pretty. Where is it? I think everyone needs an R5 because to me, it is literally the color of pinching your cheeks, okay? And one thing I wanna show you is a couple of people say, oh, my Demi gets so dirty. It does. It's the nature of beeswax. I know because my mom used to create beeswax candles in the 70s and 80s. She would buy sheets of beeswax. She'd put us all to work. We'd have to lay down a wick and slowly roll it real tight. And it was so sticky, and God forbid there was any dust in the house or a dog or a cat or a hamster, because everything sticks to beeswax. We have beeswax in Saint, and so it can get sticky. So what you can do is you take, don't do tissue. Tissue's gonna leave more lint. You wanna get a textured, some kind of a textured paper towel, and you want to just wipe it and you're gonna take the top layer off. Now, some people have even said, well, gosh, then that takes some of my product. Let me tell you, this is only my second R5 in 2 years. You use so little of it that even if you take off the tiniest top layer to make it look brand new again, trust me, you still have tons left. But do you see this beautiful pink? It almost is like I pinched my cheeks. Everyone can wear that. And then if you really do like a cooler, if you're worried about something going too warm on you, you really could do the VR5, which is got more blue in it. I'm going to go with a little bit of the R5 on the lips. Yes, you can put it on lips. The Demi, I'm telling you, it stays on longer than our cheek and lip. Not cute. But then I want to do a, gosh, I hope I'm not getting this on my shirt. Look at that, it ain't going anywhere. I want to do a little of a lipstick over it. So I'm gonna do, I think this is Desert Sunset. I want it to have a little bit of sheen. So you can always put a cheek and lip over Demi, and it really makes it stay on longer. But look how cute that is. What's this color? Is this Saint-Tropez or Tropicana? Oh, it's Tropicana. Oh, I love Tropicana too. I love Tropicana. That's so fun. Okay. Now, I think the only thing I would do differently is, because to me, this is a great everyday makeup. Great, great, great. But because I am warm spring, okay, do you see any pink on here? No, there is zero pink. I can wear like a coral or, you know, kind of a pinky peach, but pink is no longer in my palette because look at my hair is warm and I'm going even warmer on Friday. Now, listen to this. My palette is more toasted than spring and less earthy than autumn. So that's why it's not spring or autumn, it's a blend. And it's not spring and autumn, it's some spring, some autumn. So it's spring colors that are a little toastier and autumn colors that aren't quite so earthy. And that is my palette. So this R5 is super cute and I love it and it feels like flushed skin, but I don't feel like it totally works for me anymore. But I didn't feel like using R05. I wanted to really use the R5 because I wanted to show you how universal it is. Okay, but I'm going to use this new Dior. Oh, it's not Saint. It's okay. It's okay. We don't have to wear 100% Saint here. Isn't that nice? You know Saint is my number one. You already know that. But we don't have to wear 100% Saint here. And then I'm going to go over the R5 with this Dior Peach. It's called Peachy. It's their new Glow Maximizer. It's their new Glow Maximizer. I love it. I'm sorry. Look, it already warmed me up. I love it. It warmed me up. And then I'll take a little bit up here. And I'm not wearing bronzer. I'm not wearing bronzer. Are you all dying? I'm not going to. I've seen some people use 07 as bronzer or 05 as bronzer. I don't like that. To me, it just looks orange. But if you love it, go for it. I would never tell someone no. But if people say, well, what Demi is most like Bella bronzer? There isn't. I still think Bella is the prettiest bronzer on the planet. The NR that I used in my brow or on my crease, and also the NR is also I kind of contoured my nose real lightly with it. It's maybe the closest thing. It's maybe the closest thing. Whoa. But it's still not as, it's still not Bella. But we could maybe do, you know what, how about for kicks and giggles? I don't know that I've ever used NR to contour with. So let's try that real quick for kicks and giggles. So again, I'm going to take the shape brush and I'm kind of getting a little bit on there. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Is this the first time in 2 years I've done this? I think it is. Okay, so that NR, it's lighter than Bella. Well, dang. It almost feels like if Bella and Ash Contour had a baby. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. Let's see. Let's try a little bit out here. Huh. I've never ever used NR anything other than my eyes or my nose. I think I love it. I think I love it. If you want something a little bit softer than Bella, NR, because look, it's also in my crease. And now it's also on my forehead out here. But I'm loving that Dior over that R5. Did we just create the prettiest cheek combo in the history? Doing a little bit more NR, just a little bit more. Because now that I have this cute blush on, I'm feeling really cute. Okay? You can even contour under your lips with a little NR. And the nose. Okay, looks great. What do we think? What do we think? I love it. I feel like it fits more on my palette now just by putting that little bit of peach over it. Now we have rose gold. I could have just grabbed Saint Rose Gold, but I'm really fond of this right now, so I wanted to use it. Now I'm gonna lock it all in with the Melanie Mills setting spray. It's also what I've used over this Ulta Under Eye Brightener for quite some time. And I'm wondering if that's what really helped lock it in. I don't know. But I really like that under eye brightener. And if you're interested in getting it, like I said, it's only $6 until the end of March. So I'm gonna use the Melanie Mills. I'm gonna always have her link on a lot of my videos. Because it goes on like almost like a dry spray. It's dry. Watch this. I'm gonna show you on my hand. Okay, see, it's a little, well, I was pretty close. Okay, see right there? So it has a little bit of a sheen. But I don't know, it goes on really, see, that's already dry. It's not quite dry here yet, but that's already dry. Okay, now that's dry. Do you see how fast that dries? And if you're new to the Melanie Mills, she's a friend of mine. She won an Emmy for Dancing with the Stars. She develops a really beautiful body makeup, which I'm going to start using a little bit here and there when we start to warm up. But she created this to lock on the dancers' makeup when they danced. And she won an Emmy for how beautiful the makeup was for the first 10 seasons of Dancing with the Stars. She lives in Nashville now. I'm going to go hang out with her tomorrow. But she gave me this, and she gave me a code so you can get 15% off, MMM15. I chose the code because Mature Makeup Masterclass, MMM15. I don't know if I like the Saint setting spray. I think it's probably good, but it's a terrible spray. I hate the spray. It comes out kind of clunky and wet, and it kind of accosts you. And I like an aerosol, or even my Cali Ray is a pump. The Cali Ray is like a fine mist, but the Saint one is not a fine mist. It's lots of heavy droplets and super wet. So if I could ever put the Saint setting spray into a different bottle, I'm sure I would love it. It would work great. But I'm helping out Melanie. I love Melanie, and she won an Emmy for her makeup. So look at that. Should we get that little sunspot? I think we should. Does anyone care? No. Do I? A little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of 01, tiniest bit. Tiniest bit. And I'm going to go I did a Mandelic peel Friday night, and the next day my sunspot was gone. Totally gone. But then 2 days later it kind of came back. So the Mandelic works. You just have to use it over time. Okay. So I don't see it. I see other little spots around it, but I don't see my sunspot. I see something in here, but I don't see my sunspot. Anyway, I'm wasting your time now, but I just wanted to show you. Okay, here we go. I don't always love powder over Demi, plus if you powder on top of Demi, you could maybe move the Demi or lift some of the Demi off. So I really just like a setting spray over the Demi. So, all right, so I'm ready for my close-up. This feels really soft and pretty, and I won't look too obvious tonight. And It is not creasing around my eyes. I realize it's only been minutes, but it is not creasing around my eyes, okay? So I hope that helps. I just wanted to show everyone how great Demi is as blush. If you have trouble keeping Saint blush on, this is your key. I think the R5 is the most universal, but you saw on me, I even went in with that Peachy Dior and warmed it up, or you could do rose gold, would be very pretty over it, or confetti is kind of a gold you could put over it. VR5 if you are a true summer or winter and you like a blue-based blush. RO5 if you're someone spring or autumn like me and you need warmer. I'll do is this 05? This is 05, this is 07. I almost like 07 better, but I'll do 05 one day when I'm going for more of a sunny, bronzy, orangey, peachy look. For sure I'll do this someday. And then this is R7. That's R7. So pretty, more of a ruby red. And so pretty in the summer when you want to look like you have just a hint of a sunburn. And look, I've had that for 2 years and I've used it so many times and it barely looks like I've touched it. That's because Demi is so pigmented. You will have it forever. But the trick is you need the shape brush. Don't forget the shape brush, okay? All right, I'm so glad you're here. God loves you. I love you. I see you. Our community sees you. I love our community. We're just growing and growing, and it's so exciting. And I will be back on Saturday for a mature brow tutorial because so many people have asked. I guess a lot of people are very mystified by brow products as we age, and so we're going to talk about all my favorite products for brows, and I will see you on Saturday. Bye for now.